Are you ready to turn heads? Luxury isn't just worn, it's experienced. Introducing a Layla Cara style and new up-and-coming designer collection where exclusive shoes and bags for men and women meets your feet. How about you take a handbag and wear it in style, where each piece is personally designed by Alayla Carroll herself and handcrafted from the finest material in Italy. Leather, smooth like butter, bold, timeless, distinctly you. Step into true elegance and make your mark with a Layla Cara style where confidence meets craftsmanship. Visit a Layla Cara style and experience the luxury of art that you wear.
Welcome back to Improving Your Thoughts by Freeing Yourself. I'm your host, Alayla Carroll, and today's episode is Season 11, Episode 3, Part 3. Learning how to rest without feeling guilty. If you've been with me throughout this episode, I hope you're beginning to understand something that many strong people spend years trying to believe. Rest is not weakness, it's wisdom, it's healing, it's obedience, and it's one of the greatest gifts you can ever give to yourself. For so many of us, we've become experts at pushing through exhaustion. We told ourselves, I'll rest when everything is done. But here's the truth, there will always be something else to do. The laundry will still be there. The emails will still be waiting and coming and waiting again and coming some more. The to do list will keep growing. If you wait until everything is finished before you allow yourself to rest, you may never truly rest at all. What does healthy rest really look like? So in part 2, I told you we was going to talk about this. I was going to actually give you something to use in this episode so you can actually start resting properly. So when we hear the word rest, many of us immediately think about sleep. While sleep is very important to our health and our growth, true rest goes much deeper. Sometimes our body isn't tired, but our soul is. And that is where the rest really matters the most. Healthy rest means intentionally restoring every part of yourself. Physical rest might mean getting enough sleep, taking a walk, stretching. Because trust me, when you stretch your body, it feels so good. At first, it starts hurting a little bit, but then over time, it really starts feeling good. You get limber, you get more flexible, you start being able to move better. Yeah, those are things that you have to do to get rest as well. Or simply sitting quietly for a few moments. Mental rest may look like stepping away from social media, turning off notifications, or giving your mind permission to be still. Emotional rest comes when you're honest about how you're feeling instead of pretending everything is okay. Spiritual rest happens when you spend time in the presence of God, your creator, allowing him to remind you that you don't have to carry every burden alone. Rest isn't about escaping life. That's not what it's about. It's about restoring yourself so you can live well in this life that you have been given. You don't have to earn rest. If you was told that, you was told a lie. And you probably told yourself that. So that means you have been lying to yourself. Some of us have been taught that rest comes after productivity. And I hear this quite often when it comes down to like sports and stuff. People, oh, you haven't done enough reps or you haven't done enough laps. You don't get the rest yet. Oh, you want a water break? Oh, no, not until you finish these push ups. And that's not cool because your body talks and it tells you what it actually needs. I remember one time I went with a friend to go and do some kickboxing. This is the main reason why I work out by myself. I don't want to work out with people because some people have this tendency to think that they can outdo you, so they try to push you and keep pushing you, and you should know your limits and what you can and cannot do. I remember the very first time I found out that I was anemic. I was working out in the gym by myself, and I pushed myself over my limit and not knowing that I had low red blood cell count. I didn't know. And I passed out and I fainted. I I remember when I came to, I still could not see. Everything was black. My eyes was wide open, but I couldn't see anything but just darkness. I could hear people, but I couldn't see them. And I remember one guy saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not okay. I cannot even see you. Where are you at?" And he was like, "I'm standing over you." I said, "I don't see you." So, of course, I went to the doctor and everything, and they told me what it was. They said you was anemic. You're anemic. Your red blood cell is completely low. And I don't even think I ate that day. So I don't know if I ate that day or I haven't ate in hours. I don't know what it was, but I do know that my eating had something to do with that. And of course, they gave me some iron supplements and all this stuff, some fluids and stuff. And it was like, you're gonna have to get this up. And I remember one time the doctor told me your red blood cell is so low that if you got pregnant, you're gonna be in the hospital and you're gonna be on bed rest because that baby will take every bit of iron that you have left in your body. And I was like, "It's that serious?" He said, it is really that serious." So it almost happened again a second time to me, but I learned that I wasn't gonna let no one push me. And what ended up happening was that I went kickboxing with a friend, and he had been doing this kickboxing thing for maybe about 3 months at this time, and he wanted me to join, and I was actually excited about it because I like all that kind of stuff. But when I got to the session and I started noticing how the instructor was pushing us and constantly pushing us, I was doing everything he was saying until I got to a point where my body was like, enough. You can't take no more. And I still was trying to push myself, but then I could hear my mind, my conscience, or the Holy Spirit say, if you go any further, you're going to pass out again. And so I stopped. And then the guy was like, "Oh, you're quitting? You're quitting?" I said, "Look, I'm not quitting. I'm just taking a break. I need to rest." And he was like, "Oh, we're going to rest in another 30 minutes." I said, "I cannot go on for another 30 minutes. It's not going to happen." And so I started getting a little attitude. I started getting a little agitated. And my friend was like, "Come on, AT, come on, AT, you can do this, you can do this." And I said, "Let me tell you, I'm telling you now, I cannot do this." And he was like, "But you're stronger than I." said. It ain't about physical strength. It's about my emotional and mental strength. Right now, my body said it can't do no more. And he kept like, "I don't get it. I don't get it." I said, "I'll explain to you when we leave from here why I cannot do anymore." And so I sat down on the floor and I let them do what they was going to do. And then when everyone was done, I explained to my friend, I said, "Look, let me tell you something. The last time I pushed myself that hard, I fainted. I am anemic. I've been taking these iron supplements, but I'm just getting started with them. My body hasn't gotten to a point where my red blood count is up enough to where I can keep pushing myself like this. So I know my limits. I know how much I can do, and I know when I need to stop. And I was feeling the same exact feeling that I felt when I passed out the first time. I was not going to allow myself to go through that again. And I don't know your friends and these people around here, and I don't know if I can trust any of them. You're the only one I trust. And what if, they decide to do something to me while I passed out? Or what if I didn't wake up? Like, y'all don't see that. You don't see that. I said, this would be my last time coming out and doing this. I thank you for inviting me, but I won't be doing this kickboxing with you no more. And I remember as time went on, he continued to do it for about another 6-7 months. I remember, and he kept saying, "Are you sure you don't want to go?" I'm like, "I'm positive. I will continue my old-fashioned workout that I do on my own. I know how far I can go." And to this day, I still am that way. Yes, my blood count is still low. I still take my iron supplements, but it's just not enough. And I do know for a fact that I know how much I can take, and I'm not going to allow anybody to push me past my limits. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You have to know your limits, know when to rest. And I know you don't really understand yet, but that's why I'm talking to you guys about that. And also, He had taught us something different that we are not even going by anymore. I need you to know that your worth isn't measured by how much you accomplish in a day. Not at all. You don't have to check every box before you are allowed to breathe again, to take a breath. You don't have to prove your values through constant performance. And there are so many people out there that think that that's what they're supposed to do. As long as you're performing, you're valued. That is a lie. Matter of fact, it's the worst situation to even be in. And you are worthy of rest simply because you are God's child. And He has designed you to rest. That's why the seventh day, which is the Sabbath, is the day of rest. That's a Saturday. Every Saturday you should be resting, not working. And I know we still work on a Saturday. This is where we gotten away from. And that is a choice that you are making, but at least one of the days out of the week you should rest. Every single week you should have a Sabbath day of your own that you say, this is my day of rest. It don't have to be the same exact day. Just pick the day for that week and say, I'm resting on Monday. And then next week I'm going to rest on Thursday. And then you just stick with it, okay? So He doesn't love you anymore because you are busy. And He doesn't love you any less because you decide to take a quiet day for yourself. His love has never depended on your productivity. So if God is loving you because you're His, because you are His, then why can't you just accept that? So I want to give you some things to work on for this week. And it is called the rest inventory. It's time for you to take inventory of how many days you actually take to rest. In 1 month, 4 weeks, every week I need you to pick one day of that week that you're going to use for just yourself, to bathe in self-care, which is getting the proper rest that you need. So starting this week, I want you to spend a few quiet moments completing this simple assignment. Create 4 columns in your journal. So you got your journal out. You're going to create 4 columns. And this is going to be for your monthly rest days. Every week, you pick a day. Week 1, you're going to do physical rest. You're going to write in column 1 for week. You're going to write this down. Column 1, week 1, physical rest. In that week, in that day, that particular day, what you're going to do, you're going to figure out, what does my body need right now? For that day, in that day, you're going to be thinking, what does my body need right now? What is it that it needs? Do it need a massage? If you need a massage, you can schedule yourself a massage. If you don't have the money to pay for a massage, maybe you have a friend who don't mind giving you a massage. Ask them, hey, do you mind giving me a massage? My feet hurt, my back hurt, my shoulder hurt. Or you can do like I did. Go online to Amazon, order some massage tools. Like I have this shoulder massage that massage my neck and shoulders. Also have a back massage that I use. I can even use it for my legs and my feet. I just need to get the hand massage. I haven't gotten that yet because my hands have been hurting a lot, especially when I do a lot of writing. So those are things you can use, and you can, whatever it is that it takes, what you're going to need for that particular day, for your rest day for that week. That's what you're going to do. You're going to write down physical rest, and you're going to ask yourself, what does my body need right now? Okay? And then week 2, column 2, you're going to write mental rest. All right? Then you're going to ask yourself this question: what thoughts or responsibilities do I need to pause for a while? What thoughts or responsibilities do I need to pause for a while? What are those? And that's what you're going to do for that day. You're going to pause. You're not going to do any of those things. All right? Now, in column 3, week 3, you're going to write emotional rest. And this is the question you're going to ask yourself, and you're going to actually do it. What emotions have I been carrying that I need to release? What emotions have I been carrying that I need to release? And then you're going to release it for that day. Do not give yourself permission to keep that emotion with you for the day. Okay, now week 4, column 4, you're going to write spiritual rest. So in that column, you're going to ask yourself, and you're going to do it, how can I spend intentional time with God this week? Yes. How can I spend intentional? That means you are really choosing to do this time with God this week. No one can change that plan, not even you. All right? And you're going to do it. Now, I want you to choose your acts that you're going to continue to do the next month, for the next month, and for the next month, and for the next month, and for the next month. So each week you're going to be repeating this cycle, and you're going to pick which one you want to do. You don't have to be the same, like day, week 1 of the month, I chose to do rest. Okay, week 1 of next month, I might choose to do emotional rest. So it depends on you, on how you want to do it, all right? So I want you to know that this is your life. This is what you're going to have to start doing to start getting the rest that you need. So I hope this works for you. Also, here's something else I want you to do. We're going to write in the journal as well. So get your journal out again. And I want you to write about a time when you ignored your need for rest. And what was the outcome of that? All right, well, what happened because you ignored yourself when you needed to rest? I've told you mine. I passed out. I sure did. That's what happened to me. I ignored my body. It told me to stop, and I didn't. And then I ended up fainting, coming to with someone asking me if I'm okay, and having to go to the doctor and find out I was anemic. So what was your outcome? Now, imagine how things might have been different if you had given yourself permission to slow down. What does healthy rest look like for the season of your life that you're in right now? Write that down. Talk about it. Write about it. Okay? So, I want to give you some affirmations. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to repeat these affirmations out loud after me. I'm going to take my time so that way you can actually repeat them. Okay. I give myself permission to rest without guilt. My worth is not measured by my productivity. Rest strengthens me for the work ahead. I do not have to carry every burden alone. God is restoring my mind, body, and spirit. Choosing rest is an act of wisdom, not weakness. I deserve peace as much as I deserve purpose. Today, I choose restoration over exhaustion. So, we're going to start. I'm going to go ahead and close out this. I know it's short, but I want to go ahead and close out part 3. I want to talk about a little bit what's ahead in part 4 and what to look forward to. So, as I go ahead and prepare to close out today's episode, which is episode 3, I want you to hold on to this truth. You don't have to wait until you're completely burnt out before you take care of yourself. God is inviting you to rest right now. All right? So in part 4 of episode 3, we'll begin everything together, and we're going to talk about, I want to give you a letter. Again, yes, I wrote another letter. And I also want to give you a strong person declaration. And one final reminder that taking care of yourself isn't selfish. This part is going to be about honoring the life God has entrusted you with. So I will see you in the next episode, next part 4. Signing out, Alayla.
Are you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by stress? Introducing Stress Management with Imaging Coaching, your ticket to a calmer, more balanced life. In this journey you will be taking with us here at Imaging Coaching, we'll equip you with powerful techniques and tools you can use to conquer stress, regain control, and transform your life. From deep breathing exercises to mindfulness practices, you'll discover the tools to relax your mind and body. Come join us on this transformative path and unlock a world of inner peace and resilience. Don't let stress hold you back any longer. Take charge of your well-being today with Imaging Coaching, your stress management team. Discover clarity. Defeat stress through Imaging Coaching at imagingcoaching.com. At imagingcoaching.com. At imagingcoaching.com. At imagingcoaching.com.